and welcome everyone to our YouTube channel Philosophy Simplified. So today we are going to discuss the concept of sense and reference in the context of Gottlob Frege. So the very first question is, who was Gottlob Frege? Gottlob Frege was born in the year 1848 and died in 1925. He was a German philosopher and logician who revolutionized the field of logic, mathematics and the philosophy of language. After studying mathematics and philosophy at the University of Jena, and he became a lecturer at Jena, where he developed groundbreaking ideas. His major work include concept writing, which was published in 1879, where he introduced a formal logical systems. The second most important work of Gottlob Frege is The Foundation of Arithmetic, which was published in the year 1884, which argued for logicism, the view that arithmetics is reducible to logic. And another important work is On Sense and Reference, that published in 1892, which distinguished between sense and reference. Frege work laid the foundation for modern logic and influenced figures like Bertrand Russell and Ludwig Wittgenstein through his contributions, very largely unrecognized during his lifetime. He is now regarded as one of the most influential philosophers in analytic philosophy and the father of modern logics. Let's begin with sense and reference. Theory of sense and reference. Frege's theory of sense and reference is one of the cornerstone of modern philosophy of language. In his seminal essay On Sense and Reference, which was published in 1892, Frege addressed the relationship between language, thought, and reality, offering a framework to understand how words connect to the world and convey meaning. The problem Frege liked to tackle is, Frege's work was motivated by certain puzzles about identity statements and meaning. Consider the sentence. First sentence, the morning star is the morning star. Second sentence, the morning star is the evening star. So both statements seem to refer to the planet Venus. Yet, the first one seems trivially true, while the second convey a piece of astronomical knowledge. If the meaning of a name is just the object it refers to, how can the second sentence provide new information when the referent in both sentences are the same? To solve this, Frege distinguished between the sense of a term and its reference. To understand this problem between sense and reference, we have to understand the individual meaning of sense and reference used by Frege. The sense of a term is the way in which the term presents its referent. It is the mode of presentation, sense, or the way an object is thought about. Frege argued that a term sense is distinct from its reference, as different terms can have the same reference but express different senses. The sense of a term is related to how the referent is described or conceived in the mind of the speaker or hearer. Well, the term morning star refers to the planet Venus, but its sense is the concept of the brightest star visible in the morning. On the other hand, the term evening star also refers to the Venus, but its sense is the concept of the brightest star visible in the evening. So morning star refers to the Venus, but that is visible in the morning, and evening star refers to the Venus, but it appears in the evening. Even though the morning star and evening star refer to same object, that is Venus, they have different senses because they present Venus in two different ways. One as a celestial body seen in the morning and other as one seen in the evening. I believe that the sense of an expression play a crucial role in determining its reference, and understanding the sense is essential to grasping the meaning of a statement. Now let's see the meaning of reference used by Frege. The reference of a term is the actual object in the world to which the term refers. It is the real world entity that a name, description or term stands for. For example, the reference of the name Venus is the actual planet Venus. Clear? the reference of the morning star is also Venus, despite its sense being the star seen in the morning sky. In Frege framework, the reference is the objective entity, whereas the sense is the subjective or conceptual way that the entity is presented. So this distinction between sense and reference is applied to sentences also. Frege extended his theory of sense and reference from individual terms to the whole sentence. He argued that the reference of a sentence is its truth value. Clear? Either true or false. The truth value is the objective fact about the world and the sentence correspond to. On the other hand, the sense of a sentence is a preposition or thought it expresses, the way the fact about the world are presented by the sentence. Example, the sentence, the morning star is Venus, and the sentence, the evening star is Venus. Both refers to the same truth value. They are both true, but they express different sense because they present the fact in different way. Here one sentence has two senses but only one reference. Clearly true. We basically faces the problem of identity statements. So Frege basically did this distinction between sense and reference to solve the puzzle of identity statements. Consider again. The morning star is the morning star. This is a trivial, uninformative statement because it just states that something is identical to itself. The sense and reference of both sides are identical, so the statement offers no new informations. But on the other hand, the statement, the morning star is the evening star. Although both term refers to the Venus, they have different senses. The statement is informative because it tells us the two distinct way of thinking about the same object actually refer to the same entity. The sense of the two terms differs even though their reference is the same. This explains why some identity statements provide new information while others do not. Morning star is a morning star is not providing any new information. But when it comes to the statement, the morning star is the evening star, this is providing the extra information. So both the statements are identical. Later one is more logical, informative. Theory of sense and reference is equally applicable to proper names like Aristotle or Venus. According to Frege, the reference of a proper name is the actual individual it names. Example, Aristotle refers to the historical figure and equally Venus refers to the planet. Basically, the sense of a proper name is the way the individual is presented, like Aristotle, which may involve description or historical informations. The teacher of Alexander might be a sense of the name Aristotle. Teacher of Alexander, student of Plato. Different pupils might associate different sense with the same name, depending on how they think about the referent, but the reference remain the same. For example, from student from political science, father of political science, and student from philosophy called him father of logic. Both students have different sense but same referent. And Frege also considered the meaning of term in indirect speech, where someone report what another person said. In such cases, the reference of a term is not the object itself, but rather the sense of the term as used by the original speaker. For instance, in the sentence, John said that morning star is Venus. So the term morning star refers not directly to Venus, but to the sense in which John used the terms. This layer is of indirect reference account for the complexity of the meaning in reported statements. Play of sense and reference is not only applicable on proper names, it is also equally applicable on indirect speeches. Let's conclude. So this important distinctions that Frege made between sense and reference provide a solution to several puzzles about language and meaning. By separating the way term present their reference from the object they refers to, Frege offered a very subtle account of how language connects with both thought and reality. His theory continues to influence contemporary discussions in philosophy of language, logic, and semantics, especially in the analysis of meaning, identity, and truth. Thanks for watching.